in here. As stated, my name is Darlene A. Anderson, and I am a social entrepreneur. I am into my community, helping others, making other people's lives better professionally and personally. That is who I am. That is my goal for 2014 and beyond. So this evening, we're going to speak to each and every one of you. You're going to share what your professional goals are. Some people will share what their personal goals are. We'll get to know each other a little bit better and do some amazing networking activities. Are you guys up for that? Are you guys up for that? All right, you got to be up for it because you came out here today. So we're going to have some fun with it. Before we get started, I want to bring out the individual that makes this all possible each and every month, Miss Sherise Patterson of Simply to Empower. Please give Sherise a round of applause. That's our theme song. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming out. And let's give it up for Miss Darlene Anderson. Isn't she doing a wonderful job? I'm not going to stay out here long. I just wanted to look at everybody from this perspective, and I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of the Grand Business Networking Affair. Because like I tell everybody, I don't do this for me, and I say this every time. I do this for you so that you can take this information, bring it back to your business, apply it to your business, and grow your business, because that's what this is all about. This is about growing to the next level, going to the next level, and not doing it by yourself, because you don't have to do it alone. We have all these different mindsets in here, all these different ideas in here. We can all do it together as long as we keep the principle that we're doing it. We're doing it. And that's what our mantra is, we're doing it. So just keep up the great work, and thank you all for coming out tonight. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Miss Darlene A. Anderson. Don't forget the A.
Networking. That's the theme for this evening. As stated, again, and this is my pitch. How many times are you supposed to say your name or your brand? What is it, 12? Anybody know that number? We should raffle that. I believe it's, 12 times when you have a mic and you're in front of people. I think it's 12. Well, let's just say 12. We're going to call it. So 12 or more times you'll hear me say today, my name is Darlene A. Anderson, and I am a social entrepreneur and social justice advocate for my community. My company is Darlene's Utopia, and we are in the business of helping people elevate to their highest level of potential, personally or professionally. That is who I am, Darlene A. Anderson. So let's get to know who each and every one of you are this evening. Tam Jams, please give a round of applause for our audio designer, technician. We're fancy. Yes, Tam Jams is amazing. For any of your events, consider using her for your audio. She is in the profession of relationships. You can do business with anybody, but when you have an amazing relationship with the person you're doing business with, that lasts longer and is guaranteed business for the both of you in the long run. So I always acknowledge her for that, because she is consistent, reliable, and she's an amazing person. So Tam Jams, thank you for coming out and supporting Simply to Empower. Thank you. It is my honor to introduce our guest presenter. We're talking about networking. How many of you have an amazing story about someone that you met at one point or another in your life, and that person actually helped you elevate? You just leaped, quantum leap, to places that you never thought you would have been had it not been for a higher power connecting you with that person. Anybody have a story similar to that? One person in your life that you met and amazing things happened for you professionally or personally? Looking back now, because sometimes we don't acknowledge it at that moment, but when you sit back and you think about the person that you can call on, rely on professionally or personally, you say to yourself, wow, what would have happened had I not gotten on that train, that bus, not been at that party, or sat at that pew at church? The lady that I'm about to introduce is someone that changed my life. Changed my life, and there's a reason why I'm here today. I actually had the pleasure, how many of us are entrepreneurs, but we also have 9-to-5 jobs? Exactly, I saw a lot of hands with that. That's my scenario as well. I'm an entrepreneur, author, public advocate, do a lot of work in the community. I did travel, as some people in here, body butters, I did it all. but I also have a 9 to 5 as a clinical case manager. So one day I start this amazing job and I go out into the field and I go to meet a social worker. Now I'm thinking that I'm going to speak to the social worker about the client. We never spoke about the client. From the time that I met her, she did what many of you are doing in here today. You're giving your pitch. From the moment that I met her, she gave me her pitch, but it was very subtle. It was nothing about the client. She looked at my hands, she rubbed my hands. Someone in here rubbed my hands too and said I had nice hands. She rubbed my hands, told me I had a nice smile. Then she started talking to me about her products. At the time, she was doing network marketing for a health and wellness company. That led to us establishing an amazing relationship. That led to me joining her team, as some of you are looking for people in here to join your teams for various reasons of network marketing. That led to she and I having a relationship outside of business personally. That led to her now being the publisher, and her publishing company publishing my very first book. In between that, so many amazing things have happened as far as money in my pocket, meeting amazing people, going on speaking tours, all of that because of this one person. And I never thought that when I went to that agency that my life would have been changed and I'd be sitting here 5 years from that day. So I say all that to share that sometimes the person that you meet may not be the person that's going to be your next cash advance, be your next cake purchase, jewelry purchase. That person may help put money in your pocket many, many, many years to come. There's greater power in networking than at that moment. So it's my pleasure to introduce a renowned author, an amazing community advocate, a churchgoer, a beautiful person, Miss Robin Devonish-Scott of Be Well Publishing, Miss Scott.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How you doing on this evening? Oh, I am so excited to be here. Thank you so much, Sherise, for inviting me. Thank you so much for that introduction, Darlene. Was she talking about me? Wow, I didn't realize all of that. But we've developed a wonderful relationship. And before I continue, I'm going to ask everybody to please put your phone on vibrate. Please, pretty, please. Thank you so much. Okay. So, we are going to have a great time on tonight because we're going to take networking to the next level. You know, usually, like Darlene stated, when we come here, we usually stand up and we all give our 30-second pitch. But tonight, we're going to do something a little different. Is that okay? I think that you should have fun with networking. But before we get into the networking portion of it, I just wanted to share a little bit about what I've learned in terms of networking. I've been in business for about 7 years now, and I started out as a regular 9 to 5er, but in 2008, I decided that I wanted to step out and really fulfill my dreams of being an entrepreneur. And so in that, I've met many people in many different arenas in terms of networking. And I've learned a couple of things in terms of networking that I think are really, really important. So can I share them with you? Yeah. Okay. Come on, talk back to me now. I need the energy. Talk back to me. Can I share it with you? All right. So I'm going to call them the Maven principles. Like Darlene said, I'm called the self-publishing Maven. Maven means knowledgeable expert. So basically what I do is I'm a one-stop shop. If you are interested in publishing your book, I am your girl. So I have everything for you. I have your book cover. I have your editing. Whatever you need to publish your book, the self-publishing Maven can provide that for you. But we'll get back to that later. So the first principle that I'm going to discuss is you need to make time for further communication. A lot of times we come to these different networking events and we take people's cards, but we don't follow up with them. Recently, I was cleaning out my little office area and I could not believe how many cards I found of people that I've met that I have not had the opportunity to follow up with. That's money on my desk that I could have made.
So we have to make time to follow up with people when we come to these networking events. So that means, of course, you know what to do. You know, shoot them an email, shoot them a text, because when you meet people at these events, you're only going to get to talk to them for a few minutes. So also, too, the reason why you're making time for further communication is because not only are you finding out if you can work with them, but if someone else may need what they have. Someone in your pipeline, because really when we network, a lot of times, you know, we think about ourselves, but really we should not only think about ourselves, we should think about other people and what they may need. And I'm gonna dig deep a little further into that later, but it's so important that we make time for further communication. Would you agree?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so the second thing is know what networking connections are not for you. Are not for you. Every person that you meet is not necessarily one that you should network with. Just because a person's in business doesn't mean that you have to necessarily support them, right? It's so important that we know who's for us in terms of connections, because we can save a whole bunch of time if we, you know, weed out those people that are really there for the purpose of fulfilling their needs, and it's not a reciprocal transaction. Does that make sense? The third networking principle is be ready. Right. Be ready. Now, what I mean by be ready is it goes far beyond you having a business card. It goes far beyond that. I attended a networking event and someone told me that they had someone that wanted to write a book. And this was when I was just starting out, and so I was super, uber excited, if that's a word, right? I was super excited about meeting someone who was gonna be the first person to patronize me in my business. So I was so excited. So I spoke to this young lady and we made an agreement, but I wasn't ready for the connection, and let me tell you why. I wasn't ready for the connection, for one, because I didn't have any systems. I didn't have any systems. For two, I didn't have a contract. I didn't have a contract. So this lady and I, we had a lot of verbal agreements. So when it came time for me to tell her what I was going to do, what I was willing to do, she didn't want to accept that. She felt that because she paid me and we didn't have a contract, that I was supposed to do everything that she wanted me to do. And so that's why I say be ready. And when I say be ready, I mean that if someone asks you a question about your business or about the business, if you want to recruit them, you need to be able to answer the question. There should not be a situation where you're saying, wait a minute, let me get back to you. You should know the compensation plan. You should know who the president of the company is. You should know who the top earner is, because those are the questions that the person who is going to sign under you, those are the questions that they're going to ask you. They're going to want to know, how am I going to make this money? So that's why I say be ready. So everybody say be ready.
Be ready.
All right, all right. And number 4, protect your reputation. It's so important when you're networking that you protect your reputation. And I'm going to explain why. Oftentimes you hear people say, do you know someone who does such and such? Right? So you'll say, yes, I know this person. Now you know this person because you've talked to them, because you've possibly established a relationship with them, but you send that person that asked you to this person that you've established a relationship with, and they're not even ready for the product and service that your colleague has to offer. So if someone comes to you and they say to you, well, you know, I say, Darlene, can you introduce me to someone who, you know, is a part of, let's say, Melaleuca, right? Darlene, her answer should be to me, well, Robin, I want to introduce you to this person, but let me just be clear. If I give you this telephone number, do not call them until you are ready. Because this person is about their business. This person is responsible. This person, you don't want someone sending you a whole bunch of people that are not ready for your product and service, because at the end of the day, why are we in business? To make money, right? So you don't have the time nor the energy to spend talking to people that are not ready for what you have to offer. Does that make sense? Yep. So just to go back over it again, we're going to make time for further communication. We're going to know what networking connections are not for us. We're going to be ready for referrals, for whatever. And you're going to protect your reputation. Just for the simple fact that you say that you're in business, that puts you in another bracket and esteem of others. So you have to do whatever it takes to protect your reputation. So that's a little bit of my major principles. I hope that I said something that was helpful to you. And so now we're going to move to the networking portion. I'm excited. So I need everybody to stand up. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to talk to the person across from you, right? And you're going to ask them 3 questions. What is your name? What business are you in? And what type of client you are looking for, and or what do you need? That's it. 3. I'm going to time you, right? And when I say switch, then we're going to go this way. So this line is going to go this way. And then he'll be standing in front of someone else. So you'll be standing in front of someone else when you talk again. Every last person in here, all of you are public speakers. Just to let you know that as well. A lot of times in business when we network, we always lead with our business. But really, sometimes we should lead with public speaking. You know why? Because you lead with your business, you kind of limit yourself. So for instance, Miss Sharon right here. Miss Sharon right here, she's in the business of?
Computer networking.
Computer networking. So she speaks to children or individuals about?
Computer services.
Or?
Virus protection.
You understand? So that's another thing too. We're all speakers in here. So we're also looking for people where we can speak in front of in terms of our business. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was good? Can I hear one or two testimonials right quick? Just, what you got from it. One or two volunteers right quick.
I will.
Okay, come on.
Hi, thank you so much. I think not only was this professionally, but it was fun. And I got the pleasure of actually talking to people and finding out what they do. And I didn't have to spend a lot of time because you organized it where we didn't have to spend a lot of time talking about things. She got us targeted. She got us right to the point. So I was able to get the information that I wanted, and I believe they was able to get the information from me as well. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's give her a hand. One more. Quick testimony. One more.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Asha Johnson. I'm a consultant here from Cunningham-Patterson Jewelry, and I thought it was extremely beneficial because a lot of times when you have to network on your own, you kind of have a little bit of a fear or I want to say anticipation of how the other person is going to respond to you. But in this case, you just kind of had to just go for it. And you had to say what you were here for. You had to have it clear in your head, and then you got a lot of practice to get it right. So you made a lot of relationships, and as you could tell, I couldn't even stay because I was really excited, and so were the people that I met, and they wanted to then produce sales and give me leads and talk further. So it was awesome. High five.
Thank you. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much. Oh, come on. Where's the energy? Did I make y'all tired? I know you're not tired. Well, thank you so much for obliging me on tonight. Again, my name is Robin Devonish-Scott. So I thank you so much for your time. I hope that you had a wonderful time on tonight. And I appreciated being with each and every one of you. And I hope that in the near future, I will be able to connect with you or connect somebody to you. Again, my name is Robin Devonish-Scott, and God bless you.